Thank you to everybody for joining us today for this week's entertainment panel. And we are doing something a bit different this week. We are starting off here at our local May Cinema 6 theater. If you weren't watching last week, we actually ended off our panel while we were here sitting in these seats. So make sure to check it out because I think we had a great time. But we are going to be switching things up from now on for our panels.
Yes, I'm very excited about this, and it informs people who are watching what movies are in theaters that you can check out, get that theater experience. So I like this this change up.
Yep, and we had two movies that came out last week that we wanted to talk about again, just in case you didn't have time to be able to go and check them out. But starting off, we have Ruby Gillman, The Teenage Kraken, and this is a cute animated movie, DreamWorks. So if you didn't have time to check it out, it seems like it's really cute.
Yes, and then we also have, for those adventure fans out there, we have Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Harrison Ford is back as the iconic Indiana Jones. So it's if you love action and adventure, this movie is definitely for you.
Yeah, so we got two very good choices. So if you didn't have a chance, we actually are going to take the time to kind of speak about how these movies have been doing so far and talk about the ratings. So we'll throw it back to in studio. And we are now back in studio.
Yeah, kind of studio.
Yeah, kind of our little play studio, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
Don't really quite have that right now, but that's okay. But we are back here from May Cinema 6, and we really want to talk about the movies, of course, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken, just on how it's been going so far, you know, throughout the week, and some of their ratings. So we'll be starting off with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Seems like it's not too bad with these reviews so far.
Yeah, pretty average, I think. You know, some people had some things to say, others, you know, kind of praised it. It got a 69 critic rating, which is whatever, but 88% audience rating, which I think is pretty good, pretty average, you know, definitely not a flop. Some of the reviews that I have, someone gave it a 3 out of 5, saying bleak shadow of the original movies, a little better than Skull, the Crystal Skull, but not much. So it's a little bit better than the Crystal Skull, which is the only one that I've seen. And then another one gave it 4 out of 5, saying, I like the storyline a lot. However, the de-aging process for Mads Mikkelsen was not very good. Overall, it was very nostalgic. So people are getting that very nostalgic feeling from watching this movie. Of course, because Harrison Ford, he's a legend.
Of course.
And I think people are going to go see it based on him being back. Case in point, the next one gave it a 5 out of 5. Harrison Ford is always great as Indy. So, you know, he's getting a lot of love for this movie. But for the average, when I was looking, it was like an average 3 to 4 out of 5 stars. So now over the 4th of July weekend, the 5-day 4th of July weekend, it only brought in about $82 million. They were estimating 250 to 295 mil. So it could definitely be considered a box office flop, especially for the opening weekend when they thought that they were going to get so much more. You know, with Barbie and Oppenheimer coming out in a couple of weeks, it could be a little bit more trickier to compete with that. So hopefully, you know, they can rack it up before those release dates.
Yeah, and I think, you know, for some people, they kind of like to wait and see the reviews and see how it's going so far. So I think maybe this will kind of encourage people to get out there, you know, enjoy this Indiana Jones film, get to catch Harrison Ford. I think all the dads out there should be really excited. So here in the Border City, we still got it playing, and it actually will be playing tonight at 9:35 p.m. at May Cinema 6. But we also got the other one, Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken. And I think this one's kind of similar with the ratings that it had as Indiana Jones that we're kind of going through. Right now it shows that it's a 67% critic score, 82%, maybe possibly 83 now for audience. So it seems like they kind of got the same reviews going on, and it seems like a nice, cute DreamWorks film.
Yes, there was a lot of nice audience ratings, and so one was a 4.5 out of 5. Super cute movie with a great storyline. My 5-year-old and I enjoyed it. 5 out of 5. It was well done and a bit goofy, great for kids. And then one was 3 out of 4. I thought parts were funny, but it could have been a bit shorter. My daughter fell asleep.
Yeah.
It's a 91-minute movie, so kind of average. But yeah, that one got 3 out of 4, I think, just because his little one fell asleep. So people are really liking this, and I think it's a great movie to take your kids if you want to, spend the afternoon, get them out of the house for the afternoon. I think this would be a perfect movie for them. It's brought in $17.2 million, and that's just in the U.S. and Canada, so it's more of domestic box office numbers. However, this is one of the lowest opening weekends of a DreamWorks animation movie in the history of the studio.
Oh boy.
So in terms of comparing it to the other DreamWorks movies, it hasn't been doing that well.
And I think this one is definitely a prime example of people maybe, that's the risk of having original ideas, is when it's not like a franchise like Indiana Jones that can encourage more people to go out there. But with this new idea for DreamWorks, it's kind of like people might think, oh, sounds a bit weird, might not want to check it out, but then they see the reviews and says, oh, maybe it will be cute, I will check it out. So hopefully more people will go see that movie. I think it's going to be a great family film already from the reviews. It seems like kids are loving it.
Yeah, definitely something worth checking out for sure.
Yep, and for everybody here in the border city, make sure to go on the website for May Cinema 6 because it's supposed to be playing throughout the day more, not too late, especially for a family-friendly kind of movie at 1:15 and 3:10 p.m. So that should be good. But it's nice to see these movies are doing so well in the box office so far. They could be doing better, but I think they will be.
Yes.
So that's great. But that's all the time we have for this week's entertainment panel. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today.